Hey you guys, back again with another video. I'm gonna wash this here. It is 2 o'clock a.m. and I have a taste for some sugar cookies. I did a video on making this, so I'm not gonna do the measurements or nothing like that. So yeah, we going on. And I made it last time because my son requested it. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, y'all. Comment, share my videos. Thumbs up my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please, share me out. Your girl in here making things from scratch. I'm taking a certain amount of ingredients and making it into one product. Speaking of one product, y'all, this right here is the last of the mojigas, the last of the sugar cookie that I made for my son, you know, for Christmas. And I had the sweet condensed buttercream, sweet condensed cream cheese buttercream frosting with the red and green sugar on it, y'all. And I rolled the other one in decorative sugar. That was too much. So I did the last 3, cause this recipe made me 11 of these cookies, this size, deep dish. So I'm gonna make it again, and I said next time, cause I had some more dough. I did 4 on camera, and I did 8 on camera, I think, and then I only frosted 4, and then I had. That was a total of 8, and then my son and I, we ate it. My husband had some, even though he said he didn't, but I know he did. But yeah, you know how I can tell? Because I had a half of a piece of the one with the frosting on it. Someone took a piece of that. Now I know I didn't just do that, so I broke the cookie in half. That's how I knew someone took a piece of that half. I knew it was him. But he ain't going to tell you the truth. He ain't going to tell you that, oh, I took a piece, I wanted to taste it. He going to just flat out lie and say, I didn't try it. So who took a piece of my cookie? Anywho, so to me, this is better without the decorative sugar, you know, rolled them on the dough and then baked. This is better. And y'all, this is like, I had another recipe of sugar cookie, but you know, the video, I don't know if the video came out already, but anyway, I lost all my recipes on this device. It was set to the factory setting, and I lost all my recipes. So I had to go to my old phone and put them back, you know, get them and put them back on here. So anyway, this tastes like the sugar cookie from Subway's, y'all. You know them fresh sugar cookies that restaurant, Subway's, the sugar cookies when it's nice and warm. That's what this is the closest I ever been to that sugar cookie. And when I first tried that sugar cookie, I was like, OMG, this is so good. So good. 2 sticks of unsalted butter, room temperature. That's how you want to start off. You know, if you have shortening, but I never use shortening in my cookies. I wouldn't do that. So I'm gonna stick with the 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is equivalent to 2 sticks. So let's not get confused, okay? Okay. So y'all, delicious. It goes like hot cake. Sell like hot cake. Okay. Oh, this is the one I gotta do for 5 to 7 minutes. I'm telling you, the texture is amazing. The texture of the cookie is amazing. I baked it for 10 minutes. And it was soft. One, you know. I just realized why I said I wasn't going to say the ingredients, right? Now I got to do this for 7 minutes. Yep. I'm not going to do it straight 7 minutes, but, you know, we're going to do here and there. Now, a sugar cookie wouldn't be sugar cookie without sugar, right? Right. So I'm going to do this for 7 minutes. I'll be back. Well, you know, I'll be back. Y'all, I only did 2 minutes. But, yeah. We got to scrape down the sides of the pan. The bowl, I mean. The size of the bowl. We're going to go for another 2 minutes. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, okay, that was 4 minutes. So I still got 3 more minutes to mix this sugar. But this is what I want to say. So now before C-19, before 2020 and all that hit, right? Before that happened, the pandemic happened, right? Before all that happened, right? I used to see like Asians, like when I used to when I would get on the bus or the train, I would see Asians with the mask on. Now, mind you, this is way before the pandemic. When I first saw it, I was like, I'm looking at Asian. I'm like, I think it's the Asian or Chinese, Korean, you know, one of them. I seen a lady wearing a mask. You know, them surgical masks. You know, the one you wear. You know, that we wear now. A hospital mask. And I was like, wait a minute. Do y'all know something we don't know? Like, they've been doing it way before COVID. I saw a lady who used to have the hospital gloves on too, on the bus, and the mask. I'm like, we all walking around here, you know, just, you know, and don't have a clue what's going on. And then you see them with a mask on. Is there something they wasn't telling us that you know, I mean, they was walking around with masks and gloves on way before the pandemic. You know? This is here in New York City. I'm like, oh. So I looked it up, and it says, like, they do that to protect others. Like, no. Like, if they're sick, they'll have a mask on, and they'll have gloves on. But I didn't even think they got sick. But anyway, so I looked that up, and they said it was, they put that on like if they was sick. You know, they didn't want to spread their germs. But when you cough, you don't see the cough, but it goes out and spread. Like, you know, like when it's cold outside, right? When it's cold outside. Okay. You know how when you blow your breath in the cold and you see that? That's how your cough travels too. Like when you cough and sneeze, it goes out. It's projected out. And it lingers for a while. So I'm like, oh, okay. So they either wear that to protect themselves and others. I would get my phone and look it up. I don't feel like doing it right now. Oh, wait. I got this. Oh, duh. But yeah, so I'm like, I've been seeing this for a long time on the public transportation. Yes, I've been seeing them get on there with gloves and then masks. I'm like, and you know the mask too. Like if you get the cloth mask, not the disposable mask, the cloth mask, that's also good too in the wintertime. It protects your face. You know how when you was a kid, your mother used to bundle you up and wrap a scarf around you to cover your nose and your mouth and all that? That mask covers your nose and mouth too from the cold too. I noticed that. Why does Asians wear masks outside? Oh, this is not the phone that talks. Excuse me. Fancy. Why does Asians wear their masks outside? Oh, they're not going to talk either? Okay. So they've been doing this since the early 1900s. Yeah. But anyway, when I first looked it up, it said it to me. But yeah, so it's like if they sick, they put on a mask and they don't want to affect anybody. You know, they protect themselves and others too. I was like, okay, they've been doing that for a long time, like since the early 1800s or 1900s. The Asians been wearing masks for years, and like and we just jumping on the bandwagon for the pandemic. But I used to wear masks too and gloves when I used to work in the nursing home too. I used to wear gloves then, but that was only in the medical field. Like when you leave there, you take it off. Like you don't take it with you outside. But yeah, so that's why I want to say, like they've been wearing that for a long time. Wearing a mask helps to ease these symptoms. So Japanese people suffer from hay fever, have a custom to wear masks at work. Okay, but yeah. Okay. But yeah. I was like, why they was wearing masks years ago? Is there something going on that you not telling me? Like, I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to. Listen. I'm allergic to seafood, right? Tell me why that bowl that y'all saw over there was sardines. Like, why did he leave it there? And you know the aroma from this could get into, sometimes you realize like, like you just gotta pray for your spouse sometimes, because they be trying to get under your skin, like they be trying to like get on your nerves. Like I think some people's sole purpose, like, is to ruin somebody's day or to annoy somebody. I think that's some people's sole purpose, whether it's on social media, whether it's in real life. If they succeed at ruining your day or annoying you, they have done their job for the day. Like, come on now. Like, I don't know if I'm being tested or not or what, but my husband be doing things to like annoy me, to like upset me. Like he would literally like this. He leave that right there. Like I walk in here and I can smell it. Or he'll literally leave the ice tray out here. Instead of filling it up. Like there's things he do, I'll be like, oh. When you married to someone 17 years, I'm telling you, no marriage is perfect. None. You're going to have the days where you be like you hate them. You have days that they annoy you. Like the hate outweighs the love. Like, it's like love, hate. And then hate sometimes be like this. Like let's say this is hate, this is love. Then you in a marriage. And sometimes days you be like, ooh, I can't stand you. There's days like that. No marriage is perfect. They may fake the funk, but no marriage is perfect. You're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to have your arguments. You're going to have days where your spouse annoys you. You're going to have days where they just piss you off. 17 years with somebody, you're going to go through that. This July, God spare life, we be 18 years married. So, being married to somebody for a long time is not going to always be peaches and creams and lollipops and cotton candy and glitter and stuff like that. No, there's going to be some days where you want to put your hand around their neck. There's going to be days like that, I'm saying. And people think, oh, I want to get married. And like, the marriage don't start at the wedding. The marriage don't start when you in your dress and everybody's dressed up and everything. You're at the reception and everything. The real marriage begins when you and your husband is alone together after the marriage. That's when your real marriage starts. That's when marriage starts. Not even after you say kiss the man, you kiss kiss your bride, stuff like that. Husband and wife kiss. Not even at that point, when it's just you and your spouse alone. That's when the real marriage starts, and that's when the real test begins. But some people be married for a long time and they grow apart from their spouse, or they be married and they be like in their honeymoon phase for a long time. Key word: date. Like what you did to get them, you have to continue that. You have to do that to continue to keep them. You got to keep that spark in your marriage, that fire burning. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I ain't mean to give marriage advice, but I've been married for 17 years. So we have days where I just wanna, and days where I wanna be like distant. Like I'm telling you, for those who's been married for I'm like how the years I've been married or more. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now y'all people that's been married for 5-7 years, get 17 years, 16, 17 years. You'll know what I'm talking about. You will know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. I gotta do this for 3 more minutes and my hands is hurting. I need to get me one of those stand mixers so I got one, but that thing acts up sometimes. So, but yeah, I'm telling you, there's some days where you wanna, and I know, okay, B-Love and Nate, they've been married for what, 26, 27 years, I think it is. And I know there's days where they get on each other's nerves. You're not gonna be married to someone. No one on this earth is gonna ever be married to someone and y'all don't have days where y'all can't stand each other and y'all annoy each other. Y'all may hate each other. There's no perfect marriage. You're gonna have your ups and downs and stuff like that. Some people say don't go to bed angry, work it out and stuff like that. Keep God in your ahead of your marriage. Keep God in your life. And yeah, and also the devil doesn't like marriages. I have recently found that out. He doesn't like no marriages. He doesn't. When two come together and God is the head of their life, no way. He's going to definitely try to tear that marriage apart. Whether he makes your husband become annoying to you and get on your nerve and make your husband do things and stuff like that, he gonna do things. If the devil can't get to you, like for me, I'm the strong one spiritually, so he gonna attack him. Cause I'll get in there. I'll call on man. I'll call on the highest praise. And what's the highest praise? Hallelujah. Jesus, I get on there. What? Echo. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I'm telling you, I should have did 3 minutes. I'm telling you, he will come for the weakest link to try to tear your marriage up. And the crazy thing is that, and he have been doing some things, and I'm like, oh man, am I being tested? Like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? So, yeah. And I was like, you're not going to tear this marriage up. You're not going to tear this marriage up. And so, my mother called me about, last year? Of course it was last year because it's January. But she called me last year around December, and she was like, I want you to watch this movie. Promise me you will watch this movie. And I said, okay. And I'm like, okay, she want me to watch this movie. But this movie came out 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why I didn't want to watch it. Oh, hold on. I'm going to tell y'all the name in a minute. In about 30 seconds. Oh, this is the longest I ever blend this butter. I need to give me one of the hand mixers, a smaller one. But this one I got, ooh, my hands are starting to hurt. So, yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, child. Oh, come on already. Ooh, I gotta do it one more minute. Ooh. So yeah, so my mother called me and she was like, promise me you'll watch this movie. Now this movie came out 10 years ago. Well, last year, 10 years ago. So the movie came out in 2015. And I didn't see it until 2025. So that was 10 years ago the movie came out from when I seen it. So it's called War Room. I was like, maybe because it said war, and I didn't want to, because when you hear that word war, it's like you unaliving and stuff like that. But this right here was a different type of war. Like you going to bat for your spouse, you going to pray in the spiritual realm, and you going to get down and you going to pray for your spouse, fight for your spouse in the spiritual realm. So I was like, okay. I was like, yo, when I watched that movie, I'm telling y'all, I felt like I can relate to the woman in that movie with her husband. I'm like, did you? Because I talked to my mother, though. I was like, oh, you trying to tell me something? I said, you trying to tell me something? I was like, okay. But I'm going to tell you something. If I would have watched that movie 10 years ago, I would not have been able to relate to that movie. It's like I wouldn't have been prepared for it and everything, because at the time, what was happening in my marriage, at that time that movie came out, it didn't happen yet. So I wouldn't have, and no, he didn't cheat on me. No. But I'm saying, like, the stuff, like, we was going through things, and I felt like that movie that I watched, War Room, even though it came out 10 years ago, I was able to relate to it, resonate with it. Like, like at the time it came out, that movie would have been like, okay, but it would probably went over my head. But, you have to realize your spouse is not the enemy. If you feel like your husband or your spouse, your wife or whatever is doing something, and you feel like, oh my goodness, they trying to attack our marriage or whatever, you have to realize your husband or your spouse, your wife, is not the enemy. They are being used by the devil to destroy your marriage. So I realized for some years I was thinking, oh my goodness, he's the enemy. I'm thinking this to myself. So like that was an on time thing. And before I saw that movie, I was like, I feel like I'm being attacked. I feel like, like something is happening, right? And then when I saw that movie, that was like a confirm. Like, how you say something and you be like, okay, and then you see something that's like a confirm, like it's been like, okay. So I was like, okay, that matched what I was just talking about, or what I was, and I was like, oh my goodness, this movie was right on time. This movie was right on time. I was like, okay, so that was my, was confirming. I'm saying it wrong, but that movie confirmed what I was talking about before. Like, I was like, okay, so, he would attack you, the weakest one, like he know he can get to. And he would try to bring separation to your family. Because that's the thing the devil don't like, is when you put God in the head of your marriage. I'm telling you, when two together, we can destroy his kingdom. I'm telling you, and he does not want that. Satan does not want that. I'm telling you, he does not want you to be strong and be in the kingdom of God. He wants you to separate, because he knows if you separate, he can use you individually. But when you come together as one, pray together, read the word together, there's nothing he can do. Nothing he can do. But I'm telling you, it's power in a couple. It's power when two are together. There is power. And I'm telling you, it's power. He don't like that. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I know what I had to start. I know what I had to do. Go to war in the spiritual realm. I had to. I was like, oh my goodness. It feels like something is like trying to, take me under, And I'm like, oh goodness, what is this? I had this talk with my mother. I was like, what is this? But that movie was right on time. It confirmed everything I was saying. And I was like, oh, I would not have received it in 2015. I would not have received that movie in 2015. 2025 was just on time for me. I needed it now, not then. That movie would not have meant anything to me then. I mean, I would have been like, it's a good movie, but it wouldn't have resonated with me. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have meant anything to me as far as like a part of, my marriage or whatever. I'm telling you, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. I'm telling you. He don't like couples together. He don't like married people. He does not. Echo, 1 minute. This is taking me longer than usual. Oh, do the A. Bad. And I needed that 1 minute to do that. But yeah, so gotta stay prayerful. Oh, I gotta give you one of the hand mixers. This is a hand mixer. Oh, and they also got the cordless hand mixers too. Need to get that too. I had this for over 10 years. Wait, did I? Yeah. But it's time for me to get another one. I would hate to be in mid-recipe and it comes out on me. Oh. Ooh, God, hurts. But yeah. Ooh, goodness. Ooh. My arm. What is going on? I don't have time to be wasting ingredients. But, yeah. So you have to realize that your spouse is not the enemy. They're not. Even though they're the vessel that's being used. Yeah, it seems like you can't get past that. But you know who you married years ago. I know who I married years ago. And when I see that person is not who that person is anymore, I'll be like, okay, what's going on? What is going on? Okay? I'm like, what is going on? Trust me. When they start acting differently and moving differently, you see things. Like, you be like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Now, remember I did a video about my dolls being stolen, right? That's part of it. But I'm like, Echo, 1 minute.
1 minute, Starting now.
So yeah, and that's like part of it, you know. It started in early 2024 when my dogs went missing. Oh, and a lot of people said, divorce him, divorce him. You know? But I just felt that, you know I didn't have to say what was happening, but at that time, I didn't realize what was going on. I mean, I knew what was going on, but I didn't know why. I'm not disclosing that at this, well, I did do a video about it, so that video is already out there, so, and I'm not deleting nothing. So, that 1 minute, you see, this 1 minute seems faster waiting for this to thicken up than when I was mixing it. I said, what is going on? You know? So, yeah. Here's the vanilla extract. Vanilla extract. You know what? Let me use up this vanilla here. Because I don't know. I got this vanilla right here. Oh. Do like, you know? It's like when they start doing things that they normally wouldn't do, and you be like, okay, what is going on? So yeah, and once that movie, I seen that movie, that opened my eyes. Even though I said it prior, you know, I had a feeling, you know, that confirmed it, you know. I was like, okay. And then my mother would say, pray for your husband. And I'm like, at the time when she told me, and after I told her what was going on, she was like, pray for your husband. I'm like, I will not. I definitely will not. You know, like, why? Because normally when you be like, okay, when you praying for somebody, you just positive, right? I'm like, why would I pray for someone who's doing harm? You know, like, you know, taking things from me, you know, stealing my dogs and stuff. Why would I pray for someone like that? But then they being used, whatever. I'm throwing everything in the bowl here. I'm not mixing nothing in no separate bowl. But yeah. So yeah, now I know why. So I'm like, okay. And God says, pray for your loved ones, pray for your enemies. I'm like, why? Why? Okay, let's start putting things up so I don't get overwhelmed. Because you know me, to get overwhelmed. I don't like getting overwhelmed. Not a good thing. And the good thing I like about this dough right here is that you don't have to refrigerate it. You don't. That's the good thing about it. You don't have to refrigerate it. And I'm like, yes. I'm happy about that. But I do refrigerate it. I do refrigerate it. I'm telling you, this cookie is dangerously delicious. You know how they say magically delicious? This right here is dangerously delicious. Yep, I'm mixing it in right here. We putting it all in together in one bowl. I ain't got time to be how you say it, using two bowls, dirtying two bowls. Got two bowls right there. I already gotta use another what you gonna call it? Another measuring cup. Oh, this is equivalent to 1/4. Okay. So I'm like, okay. And I gotta use other ones too. More measuring spoons. Goodness. Now, if you want, you can add chocolate chips to this. You can add chocolate chips. Wait a second. Oh, I gotta get some more baking powder. Oh, last time I add what, 1/8 of a 1/4. I know. Good luck looking for this. I know. I don't know. Where's my 1/4 teaspoon? Even this drawer, I'm still not organized. Even with this drawer, I'm still not organized. So I'm gonna do a little bit of like maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. They don't say it on the recipe, but I'm gonna add that 1/8 teaspoon. Okay. We're gonna add. Did I add this last time? Okay. No. Oh, this was supposed to go in with the other stuff. This is supposed to go in with whatchamacallit, the wet ingredients. Let's clean up. Yep, let's clean up. Okay, oops. Oops. I know I always say you can add something to something, right? Maybe you just want plain sugar cookies. Maybe you just want that. You don't want always add something to your cookies. And again, I didn't put my apron on. So yeah. Ooh. Gotta get that out of there. Like, give me my stuff. But yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, the world wasn't created in a day. Everything takes time, you know. He always say, don't give up on me, you know. And you know what shocked me too? He said he wanna how you say it, join Bible study with me. He wanna start praying with me, you know. Okay, why isn't this not coming together? Did I miss an ingredient? Oh, I did. I was supposed to add it slowly to the wet ingredients. See what happens when you don't follow directions? So this is a different type of dough, you know? Okay. Uh-oh. Because once you smell that burnt rubber, that's all she wrote. This is a good hand mixer. It's a good hand mixer. Woo! Man, I know I should be in the bed asleep. I know. I know. You know, sometimes you want to just put your hand in there and just, you know. I got my handy dandy cookie dough bowl. Cookie dough. I'm telling you, he was supposed to came in here and made a sandwich. that with that sardines and whatever that is in there, and went to sleep. I'm telling you, you must get your sleep. You can't be sleeping anywhere and expect to get good sleep. I'm telling you. But sometimes you can't tell people things. They have to figure it out on their own. But at a certain age, you should know that, laying down in the bed and going to sleep at night is common sense, I'm like, okay. I know. I'm going to get the rest of this dough off of here. I'm making all this noise. I'm making all this noise. Like, neighbors is probably asleep. I'm going to tell y'all something. Some neighbors, they don't even care if you sleep. They don't care what type of hour of the day it is. They was like, if I can't get no sleep, no one in this building can. Well, I'm not that type of neighbor. It was 41 minutes, y'all. I didn't even realize it was that far along in the video. I was busy chit-chatting. When you get to talking, that was not my plan, though. That was not my plan. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for like 15 minutes. And I'm going to clean up. I'm going to clean up. I know I'm in here baking with long sleeve, and I don't even like to use long sleeves. I don't. Not when I'm in the. I don't like to wear long sleeves when I'm in the kitchen. Not cooking. Not washing no dishes. Oh, making a mess in here. Okay, y'all. Soon as I paused the video, my son came in here and he asked for the last cookie that I showed y'all. And didn't I make my cookies right on time too? I made them cookies right on time. I thought I had that cookie for me to snack on. And something said, make some more cookies. I said, okay, I'm going to make some more cookies. Not realizing I'm going to need it to eat some tonight. So I did the dishes and everything. I got to preheat the oven. This thing been on. Well, I don't have to preheat the oven. The oven heats up pretty fast. And I use these. I got a third one up there, but I only use two. And I got these to make my son and I breakfast sandwich. And now he's saying the sandwich is too heavy now. The sandwich is too heavy. Like, it's a lot. It's filling. Isn't that the purpose of a breakfast sandwich? To get full? Let's close up everything. Let's close up everything. Here, y'all. But, yeah, so this was mostly probably a conversation while making cookies. Instead of making cookies and conversation, this was more of a conversation and cookies. Making cookies. But yeah, I'm only making 4. And I'm going to tell you, it comes out easily when you butter the pan. I'm telling you, it does. Oh, this water is nice and hot. This is the best time if you want to take a shower. Nobody else is running the water. It's just you up. If you want to take you a nice bath, you ain't got to get up early the next day. You can come in here and take you a late night bath. Have your music playing, your candles lit. But yeah, don't judge me. Even though they say it's not good to soak your cast iron pan and water and soap. I do what works for me. Okay? Okay. You do what works for you. I do what works for me. So y'all don't have to see me put it in the pan. So I'm gonna come back when it's time to take the cookies out. I have a video on me making the sugar cookies, so that's step by step and all that stuff. You know, conversation while making sugar cookies. Let me put this in the refrigerator because I don't want to leave rice out overnight. You know what I noticed too? We don't eat rice like we used to. You know? It takes a little longer for the rice to go now. Ooh. It takes a little longer for the rice to go. Usually it takes the day of or the next day for the rice to go. You know? Well, that's a good thing. Expensive as my rice is, yeah, you don't want to eat it up every day. I may have to just stop eating rice, not altogether, but, you know, not altogether. Not altogether. It'd be nice to preheat the oven, right? Yeah, that would be nice. That would definitely be nice. I never air fry cookie dough before, and I don't want to waste no dough to freaking see how it comes out. A little basin in the sink. No excuse. Fill that up with some hot water. Run some cool water in there. If you ain't got no hot water running from the faucet, you know what to do. So yeah, I'll be back. Y'all, out of all the cookie doughs that I ever made, this is the softest cookie dough. Yes, the softest. I don't know how many tablespoons this is equivalent to, but I think the recipe says, okay, so I'm not sure what inch this is, but they should say what is one equivalent to, like, or is this 2-inch ball, you know, 2-inch or whatever. I know I said I was going to come back afterwards, but yeah. Okay. Hot. Here they go. Time to take the cookies out. Time. Oh. So I let it bake in 10 minutes on 350. Ooh, they puffed up. But they're gonna go down. Look how puffy they look. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit here for 10 minutes. Ooh. You know, they're gonna sink in though. Wish I can get them like that. Yeah, I got me a cookie. I think I better keep it in the refrigerator. This is really spread out. Now I gotta get the other 3 in. But yeah, so I'm gonna end this video. Well, I can't get this one out. Oh, I had to do it from that side. Oh no, it's breaking up. It looked like a square cookie. Oh. Square cookie. Like I said before, this is the closest I got to that cookie from What's that plate? Subways. I'm telling you. Alright, y'all. I'm ending this video. Ooh, you heard that pop? I said, it's delicious. I'm gonna have me a cup of milk and call it a night. Gonna have me a cup of milk and call it a night. Okay. Gonna have this cookie right here. Echo. What time is it?
The time is 4:25 a.m.
And I'm in here eating cookies. Milk and cookies. Okay. I'm not eating all of this. Hold on. You got me that stuff. Hold on. Yep, I made these cookies right on time. My son asked for the last of the other cookie. Had to cover it because, things like to, disappear in this house. I make cake and it goes fast. Alright, y'all, I've been on here long enough. See? Even 4 in the morning. No breaks. There's always something. Even 4 in the morning, you hear this mess. 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. Anywho, see you guys in the next video. So this is a current video. This video is being recorded in January 2026. So you'll probably see this in February. Oh, it's tired. You know what's crazy? I was up early and I laid back down and went back to sleep. See, I went to the bathroom. I got up, I went to the bathroom. Okay, I came from the bathroom. I washed, of course I washed my hand. I got back in the bed. I turned the TV on, watched TV, fell back to sleep. I need to get into, when I get up to go to the bathroom, if it's after 7 in the morning, boom, then I'm up. Or 6 in the morning, I'm up. Instead of just going back in the bed, who am I fooling? That's not a good thing, to get back in the bed when you get up, especially when you got to go somewhere, or even if you don't. But anyway, see y'all in the next video. Later.